What is the sound of one hand clapping? What do you think? This is the ultimate question of Zen Buddhism, a question that has been asked for centuries. But what does it mean? Why do I care? Today we're going to be talking about death. And so if you're ready to get a little existential, then let's begin. Maybe you were sitting in class and you thought to yourself, well, if I die, then my teacher will never know how brilliant I really am. In fact, he thinks that we should think about death all the time, because he thinks that our whole lives should be about dying. Now, before you click off this video, hear me out. I know that sounds crazy, but stick with me here. Only then can we start to make decisions based on what we actually want to do, based on what we actually care about. Well, according to Kierkegaard, the first step is to realize that we are mortal. That means we need to realize that we are going to die. It might seem obvious, but it's not. We spend so much time trying to avoid thinking about death, trying to pretend that we're immortal, that we forget that we are, in fact, mortal. Once we realize that we are mortal, though, we can start to make plans for how we want to die. We can start to think about what we want our last moments to be like. Do we want to be surrounded by family and friends? Do we want to be in a place that's meaningful to us? Do we want to do something that we've always wanted to do? By thinking about these things, by making plans for our deaths, we start to take control of our lives, start to make our lives into something that we actually want. Because if we don't make decisions based on what we care about, what we value, then who are we? Essentially, we are nothing. It's about recognizing that we are alive and that our time is limited. So what are you waiting for? Start living. Start today. Don't wait until it's too late. Because as Kierkegaard says, life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. So live it well. Live it authentically. Live it on your own terms. Because when you die, you only get one chance to do it right. We are just empty vessels going through the motions. Or maybe you were on a date and you thought, if I was to die right now, would she be sad or would she move on pretty quickly? Or maybe you were watching a movie and a character did something really stupid and you said, well, if I was to die, would I be remembered as the person who did that stupid thing? How could it be that simply by thinking about death more, our whole lives would be better? And as always, feel free to share your thoughts and comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. Well, according to Kierkegaard, it's because we spend so much time avoiding the question of death. We are so afraid to think about it that we don't live authentically. Instead, we just kind of go through the motions of life, doing what we think we're supposed to do and saying what we think we're supposed to say. Basically, we just conform. And by conforming, we deny our own finitude. We act like we're going to live forever. These are all examples of thinking about death. We all do it all the time. Hi, welcome to this channel where we try to answer the great philosophical questions of life. I'm sure that at some point in your life you have thought about death. But according to the Danish philosopher Kierkegaard, we don't think about death enough. Kierkegaard believed that there was no more important question than the question of how we should live our lives. How we should live in relation to death. He believed that the most important decision we ever make is the decision about how we are going to die. And by making this decision, our whole life can be in accordance with it. Let's take a step back here. How could this be? Kierkegaard believed that the only way to truly live is to acknowledge our finitude, to acknowledge that we are going to die. Only then can we start to live authentically. So what should we do? How can we start to think about death more, so that we can start to live more authentically? This isn't about being morbid. It's about being mindful. It's about being present. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe.